Hello, everybody. We're back over here with Richard because, well, Richard has some bad news. I noticed last night I couldn't bring myself to record it then. I like to record things when I notice them, but I was just a bit devastated and didn't have the heart to record anything. Mostly because I realize I don't know when this started. But to get to the point, Richard has a bad eye. And that's the other point of putting off the recording is I didn't know, so I wanted to wait and see if he's actually got a problem. So it turns out that he does have a problem, and I don't know if it was pre-existing or not, because apparently I didn't do enough of an inspection to notice. Or if I did, everything was fine and I, just figured everything is fine and didn't really notice when it happened. I'm not sure. But he's definitely got a problem in one eye. I've been paying attention, and there does seem to be a problem in the left eye. I just took a moment to realize which eye it was. It's the left eye. But it doesn't seem to be in pain, doesn't seem to be infected in any way. Looks like he's been living... looks. Okay. But yeah, he seems to have been living with it for a while. So, I don't know for how long. But he doesn't appear to be in pain, and it doesn't seem to be infected in any way. So, I would like to take him to a vet, but I'm not real thrilled with our local vets, and I really don't want to take him someplace to have them charge me $150 and just say, make sure it doesn't get infected. Yeah, I can see that. So, if it does seem to cause him pain or get infected, well, then I'll reevaluate whether or not I want to take him to a vet and see if I can, figure out if we've got a local vet that will even look at him. But until then, I'm just going to consider him to have limited vision in that eye at best, and just watch for problems. At least I'm aware of it now. I feel terrible about not knowing when it started, or at least, not being able to say if it was pre-existing or not. But I guess it is what it is, and I'll just hope that it doesn't get worse. I mean, I've already got a handicappy bird, and maybe I can do something about that beak if I can find a nice cheap Dremel. And I'll never be able to do anything about the feet, though. So some things we can plan to fix, and other things are out of our hands. So I'll deal with what I can. And one of the things that I can is getting that toy out. Wow. Are you ever going to focus? There we go. That's kind of focused. So yeah, I'm going to let you go. And despite the fact that he's playing with that toy, I think I'm going to get rid of it because well, I blame it. So we're going to replace it with something else and talk to you next time. Okay, well, I just paused it and decided to take the toy out immediately, which means he doesn't really have anything but his mirror back there. I thought there was something behind me I was going to replace it with, but I decided not to replace it with that either. I'll have to go out and take a look at their bag of goodies and see what I want to replace it with. But I kind of blame that toy that I put in there, so yeah. It left immediately. Sushi had it for years, but he's not getting it back either because, well, now that I see the eye, I just wonder if maybe that toy isn't the problem. So I would rather him spend a few hours without no toy at all than, potentially injuring the other eye. So, yeah. With that, why do my birds always have to eat when the camera comes on? So, anyway, another squirrel. I'll talk to you next time. Okay, we'll try one more time. I was almost done, but the phone shut down and there's no record of the clip. Anyway, I was saying nothing spectacular happened. We just did our training today, worked on our tricks. Everything went pretty well. He even completed a spin after getting scared, which the scare was my fault. I startled him, and that should have ruined that particular spin. But no, he finished it and got his reward, so that's cool. But unfortunately, just after making a clip about Richard's eye, and I'm probably going to include that, so I won't say anything more about that. But just as I was getting ready to put Fred here away, of course, he sneezed twice. And that alone is enough to make me, I don't want to say nervous. Everybody sneezes. But I'm going to pay attention for a while. I'm going to be hyper alert for sneezes coming out of Fred. But the first thing I did is look at his nose. There's no congestion or anything, so, yeah, maybe it was just a sneeze. Boy, do I hope it was just a sneeze. We'll see.